Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast. I am your host, Medusa Asadam, here to give water signs a general reading for this week. Keep in mind, water signs, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. And also, this reading will be timeless. I will be pulling energies from the past, present, and future, so just take it however it resonates, only if it resonates. Water signs, if you're interested to see what the cards have in store for you this week, then definitely stay tuned. All right, water signs. So that is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We're going to start off by pulling the voodoo tarot deck to get the external energies that may be affecting you by ways of people, places, or things, situationships, relationships, partnerships, soloships. And although throughout the reading I may pull a particular zodiac sign, it may represent you, person of interest, timeline, or influence. So do check your houses if you're into that sort of thing. Make sure you read the description of the episode so you know everything you need to know. And disclaimer, I'm just a regular person who loves to pull cards and interpret it to the best of my abilities, so don't ever feel obligated to listen to anything I say. Do your own research. And also, too, if you hear any noise in the background, those are my kitties. They're playing Beyblades, okay? And so, hopefully that doesn't distract you, okay? So let's see what's going on here. Oh, dang. All right, so right off the bat, okay, we got some Santeria energy coming through. Fearless, protection, strength. Okay, this is great. Okay, kindness and well-meaning. Okay, great. There's a move that's taking place. It's a kind of unexpected, for some it could be an unexpected gift that arrives, okay? For some it could be a change of residency. Okay, let's see here. We also have safe haven. Okay, so mother energy. Once again, that some kind of protection here. Okay, the desire to nurture. Okay, and then we also have here Shango. Okay, family obligations. Okay, wise rule. Okay, obligations. Okay, so, okay, all right. So I feel like for some, it could be this energy of wanting to move, okay? It really feels like that. And if a person is just like questioning whether, like they should move or relocate or whatever the case may be, whether it's like, a person's, residency as far as like home wise, right? Like, or it could be like jobs, like relocating, like it kind of feels like, a person is like an intuitive kind of thing and a desire where it's just like, I want to do what's best. Like it really feels like if it's for the kids, right, for the best, for the benefit of the kids or for the benefit of the family, it really feels like that. Okay. And also too with this massa energy, okay, it feels like some kind of thing that happens, right? An awareness that takes place, right? It could be like a letter or something like that where like it's a gift, but depending on how this is, it's like a gift in disguise kind of thing, which is like if a person is receiving something and they are a bit fearful or unsure, okay, it could be like an eviction notice or like some kind of notice of some sort where it's just like when you think about that, like that kind of sucks, right? But it's a kind of thing where it's just like this is the best way to go. Like this is, and like it kind of feels like that. Okay. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. All right, so let's see. Let's go. This just needs to kind of trust the process. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's get into the tarot. We're going to be using the Fountain tarot deck to get the cards. We're going to take a break, get the advice from Spirit using the Yogic Path, and then the Mystic Monday Crystal / Gemstone cards. Well, these are, okay, we're going to use the Fountain tarot to get the advice. To pull the energies. I'm sorry. It's hot in here, okay? We're going to pull the energies. Then we'll take a break, get the advice using the Yogic Path deck, the Mystic Mondays, Crystal / Gemstone cards, okay, as well as the Sacred Self-Care Oracle cards, okay? All right, so let's get through this. We got this. Heat doesn't... I don't know what that is. Okay, anyways. So we have here 9 of coins. Okay, so did somebody hit the lottery or something like that? Like, what's going on here? I feel like with the 9 of coins right out the gate, it really feels like some money. It's like a person is like in a position here where they could, you know, make some moves here, Ace of Swords, but it might be a challenge. Could be dealing with like credit or something like that. Okay, or you know, like just person, you know, like we can get in our own ways sometimes. We got the King of Coins, big money. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, this feels really like it really feels like a person can do something if they wanted to. Like it's a kind of like person can make like whether it's good credit or bad credit. It feels like 9 of coins being clarified with this King of Coins, Taurus energy here, like it really feels like a person is able to like get access to something, or if it's not like money, it could be like loans or whatever the case may be. I'm not telling anybody what to do. This is just the energy that I'm pulling here, but it really feels like there's something that's there that a person can do if they wanted to. But with this Ace of Swords, like it feels like for some, depending on where a person is in their walk of life, this could be a challenge. For some, this could be like an inspiration. Let's see. What is the challenge here with this situation? Okay. Ooh, I'm feeling like a person is really being called to want to relocate, want to move, want to switch up or something here. The challenge here is the 10 of Wands. Okay, maybe a person may feel like it's not the best time here. You're Ace of Coins, 4 of Swords. Yeah, it may feel as if like it might be a bit too much. The word renovating is coming to mind. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of other obligations here with this 10 of Wands that a person can be tied up in, and that could in a lot of ways cause anything, any change in a person's life, any shift in a person's life, or any transition in a person's life to be to kind of prolong, kind of think to drag, you know, it kind of feels like that. Okay. I think this is more so personal here as well. Like a person could potentially be having to like kind of rest and kind of like worry about like, you know, their physical health or and stuff like that. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, because next to this 4 of Swords, it's really giving me this energy of resting. Overcoming it, 5 of Cups. And so for some, it could be this energy here of taking this situation with whether it's a news of some sort. Like it kind of feels like a letdown kind of thing. Like it's like, or maybe not a person personally who could be potentially sick. It could be some kind of issue that may prolong the situation due to someone outside, like an external person. Okay, so it's like, oh, we were on track for moving, or we were on track for doing this or whatever, and then a person like, you know, with this 10 of Wands, it could feel like some kind of like huge issue that really truly impacts a person's ability to be able to complete things or to accomplish things. Okay, the thing is with the 10 of Wands is like it's towards the end, right? Like there's the end of the road for that, right? But depending on how a person feels, you know, presently, it may feel like it takes forever, because I do feel like I do perceive this energy of like prolonging. Foundation, 7 of Wands, 8 of Coins. So I do feel like there is someone who could be a little bit upset about about something here. Like it really is giving me like, I just want to kind of, if I could just leave this person. Like it really feels like that. But maybe not like literally. It could be this energy of like, a person kind of like mess things up, and so someone, and then that person is having to kind of like want to kind of create distance and like just kind of woosah and rethink, right? Like it kind of feels like a person has an attitude, a person's a little bit mad or something like that. When it comes down to someone else that could potentially mess things up or like switch things up. And the Seven of Wands, it really feels like a particular kind of attitude that causes a person to be upset and be really judging a person from that space of like upsetness. Okay. But then we have here the Eight of Coins. There is this need to want to work, right? But it's also giving me the vibes of is like going back to the lab and trying to find a different way out. Then we have the Queen of Swords, okay, Gemini energy. And it's giving me the vibes of a person like whenever they think about things, right, it's very much from that standpoint of like just independent, individual kind of thing. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Cups, right? So it's this energy for some, it could be like, if I could, I'd haul ass, I'd get out of here like immediately. Immediately. Like it kind of feels like that. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like and I'll say for an example, right? It's like, oh, if I had plans to go on a trip somewhere or whatever the case may be, right? And then my partner destroys the car or whatever the case may be. And it's like, wow, like now I have to sit here and use that money that I saved up for the trip to get the car fixed. And so I'm upset with my partner. I have an attitude towards my partner. And, you know, sometimes when we allow that attitude to kind of fester and we kind of like play pretend, right? We play Barbie dolls with that, right? Like make believe or whatever. We imagine a reality where that person doesn't exist. It's really petty in that sense. And, you know, the Queen of Swords can be that, especially if they're, you know, in that space of like, where it's antagonizing them, right? It's instigating it, right? And so like it kind of feels like that. So it's like looking at their partner and just thinking like, oh, like I could just do without and all that stuff like that. Like it really feels like that because I do feel like with this Ten of Wands, a person really feels like they are obligated to deal with whatever, you know, that's happening that may have been caused by an external person. Now, this could be vice versa, right? So, like, a person, like, who's listening to this could have caused, you know, this prolonged situation here. And so they may be dealing with the partner who may be, you know, silently feeling that way. And so it's this energy here where it's with Eight of Cups, it really feels like emotionally just trying to go quiet and not allow their emotions to be like it just kind of feels like the thoughts that a person has when, you know, to themselves, and it's just like, you know what, like I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Like I don't think unless someone pokes and pries at it, I don't think that this is something that would be like communicated, you know, outwardly, right? Where it's just like, I wish you weren't, you know, I wish we weren't together, whatever, right? I do feel like though, if a question is asked, that is something that the truth can come out possibly. And also too, I do feel like there is this energy where a person may start to feel guilty or that silence makes them feel some type of way. And they, like I'm hearing someone saying as well, like you're better off without me, or I'm better off without you, or like we should just like call it quits or whatever the case may be. Like it kind of feels like that. Like it really feels like a giving up kind of energy. But it's coming from guilt. It's coming from some kind of guilt of some sort. Okay, let's see here. Let's go into the past. Oh, I need one more. So Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands, the Fool. Okay, very enthusiastic about like a new venture here with this Fool here, the Empress. Yes. It really feels like like a person has really invested a lot of themselves and whatever it is that they were trying to create here. Empress here, Venus energy, Libra, Taurus energy. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. I feel like when it comes down to this, like this is definitely not, it's more than just a wish. Like it's more of a, like it's all within their being. Like it like really feels like if they could, like they a person believes in it, or they even get past that threshold of believing and they actually like know like that they can do whatever it is that they were willing and ready to do. With this 10 of Wands here and this Ace of Coins here in the challenge, like it really feels like something has just kind of like stopped the bag, stopped something here. Okay. And this Hierophant next to this Empress, it could be, many of things. It could be marriage, it could be pregnancy, it could be relocating, it could be like a whole like spiritual journey. It could be so many things that a person has really just, it's like so much energy and passion, okay, behind this. Like a person really truly like believed in their being that this was something that can really take off for them. The heart space in the upside down, we have the Page of Swords, so Libra energy, Page of Coins, Capricorn energy, Ten of Swords here. So I do feel like what really kind of like what this actually really brung about, I feel like the gift in this situation is recognizing that there was a little bit of doubt here. If this like, and I think that's probably what makes a person like react the way that they do, is because it was like anything could have stopped them, right? It's like, it's kind of like with me, and I talk about this all the time in my episodes, where it's like with losing weight. Like I have so much like desire to want to lose weight, and it's just like, oh, I think about, I imagine myself like doing that, and even like how I would be once I'm able to transform, right, my body and all that stuff like just that whole process, and then the results, like it feels like I can see it. I feel like I can, like I'm right there, like it's so close. I feel like I can wake up and I'm just that person. But I lack the willpower. Okay. I lack the willpower and the discipline and the what do you call it? Discipline, management, order, organization, like that kind of thing. I lack those things. And so anything can cause me to like say, all right, I'll do it tomorrow, or all right, I'll do it next week, or whatever, right? Like I could be walking, and someone starts walking with me, I'll depend on them to walk with me, and then when they say they're done walking, it's like, all right, I lose that motivation. And so like that's more so a me problem, right? Like I'm not necessarily as strong in my stance as I like to imagine that I am. And so I've actually had a problem like that before, where me and my partner was, I was walking, and I was walking for months. Then my partner started walking with me, and then I got really dependent on him walking, and then he was just like, all right, I'm done. It's not that fun. And then it was just like, once he stopped, and it's like I stopped, and it was really hard for me to get back into it. Even now, like with me walking, like although I'm pregnant now, I'm still able to walk, but it's just like, where was that drive that I had, when I was like able to walk every single day for an hour, like in the hot sun? It didn't bother me. Like none of that stuff like mattered. Like I was just in the zone. And like, it's just, it's gone. Right. And so, I think I understand, like, at that time, I had a particular intention. And so that was my drive. But once again, that wasn't derived from me. It wasn't coming from me. It was coming from something else, an external source that was kind of pumping that energy in me. And so I was feeding off of that. But once that thing was gone, and someone literally just had to come and say, all right, I'm done. And it knocked me off my square. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? And so I feel like that's the issue here with this heart space in the upside down, right? The Page of Swords is this lack of order, structure, right? Foundation, right? What are the reasons? Why, like, what is your why? Right? Page of Coins, right? Like it could be the time or the disorder, right? We're just like, my house isn't, like, my life is just in disorder. I don't have order in my life. I don't have, I'm not really good with, like, my management or whatever. Like, I can write a schedule and I can't stick to it, like that kind of thing. And then we have the Ten of Swords is like self-sabotaging energy. Okay, so whatever this is that was happening here, we may think that it's their, like, the extra is the other person's fault, but really, if anything, they just kind of came about and showed you, or just whatever, vice versa. It just showed a person how they're not as put together and as organized as they thought or as they think. Okay, and they really thought that with that Empress here and the Hierophant. Okay. So let's see here. All right. So the page, those pages could also represent, all right, so Libra, Capricorn energy. Those pages could also represent, that person maybe not even be financially stable or financially responsible or anything like that, right? So maybe, like, if this is like a kind of move of some sort, okay, that a person is really, like, connected to, this situation could kind of go about, like, kind of show, like, that, wow, like, I actually do have other obligations that I really need to take care of, and this, that, and third, right? And so, not to say that a person is never going to be able to get there. It's just more so, like, it's like getting there, getting towards that, the right way or the safe way, or whatever the case may be. And so, yeah. So let's see here. Yes, like, because, like, I'm getting another energy here when it comes down to, like, gardening, right? Like, a person wants to, like, plant, like, everyone thinks that, like, they could just come get some land or whatever, and then it's like, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna plant my garden and all that stuff like that. But it's like, you gotta tend to the soil, right? Like, we had bought this house and we didn't even realize, because we bought it during the winter time, but we went outside, we was like, oh my God, look at all this and this, that, and the third. We didn't realize there was anything wrong. It just looked so beautiful. It's like, oh my gosh, like, so much potential, da, da, da. And then when we moved in, and then it was like the summertime, we saw all this glass on the floor. Like, we've been here for years and we're still getting rid of the glass. And it's just like, this is crazy. And so, yeah, like, but it's a learning experience, because now it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure, when we moved, we were pretty young. And so we didn't know any better. But, we're going to make sure we're going to check the neighborhood, right? Just in case if my kids do want to go to school, right? We're going to do a little bit more research than us just, like, getting a nice house and listening to, completely trusting. Not to say don't trust your realtor, but I mean, the way that it was being set up for us was like, this is a really great house, is newly renovated, it's in a good neighborhood, in the center and third. And then it was just like, there was so many things that if we would have just took the time to really, like, do the research ourselves, we could have waited, we could have took our time. We didn't have to, like, hop on the first house that, or the third house that we saw. We could have just been a little bit more patient. But then also too, around that time too, we was pressed for time because our lease was up in a few months and stuff. And so It was just like, it felt like a now or never type of situation. And sometimes those things can get you. You might think it's now or never. That's not the case. With these cards here, so much protection here. It's not a never situation. It's like, you'll be okay. You're fine. Okay. So regardless, you're going to be okay. So in a heart space though, we do have a little bit of issues here. We have the Three of Cups next to the Five of Swords. And what this is coming across as like a person really trying to do whatever it is that a person wants to do, right? Or it's not really trying to, because I don't feel like this is happening in the physical. So much so that a person is just like kind of like concealing it and holding it in. But it's like they really just in their heart, like they also too, they feel like them living their best life and them like partying or going or doing whatever it is that they want to do, right? It's like they really want to make that happen, right? Like they really feel like this is something that will really truly like bring them happiness. They may feel like it's that time in their lives where they should be enjoying their lives and having fun and taking trips and all this stuff like that. And it's so much so, it's coming from that space of ego and pride. And so it's coming across as very much selfish. So much so that it's like, if people are like if people get in their way, right, there's this need to kind of protect that, right? They protect that dream or that desire so much that the people that they love, right, like it kind of feels like some kind of trick of the mind of some sort, where it's just like if I feel like my husband is stopping me from being able to have a good time, like I really truly feel like this is just an example, right? It's like a villainized kind of thing. Like it becomes a you know, is it like vigilante or something like that? Like it kind of feels like that, where it's just like you're like, you ruined my life, like that kind of thing, where it's just like, chill, like I that's not how you really truly feel. We love each other. What do you mean? Like it's like, be nice. You don't hate me. You just think you do. And so it kind of feels like that. So what's going on here in the future? What's going on here in the future? So we have here Five of Wands, the Hermit. I feel like it's like a kind of altercation that might take place here, a little conflict here, but I feel like it's not necessarily, like it could stem from like a person like saying something that they don't mean in the heat of the moment. And that could kind of like spark something here. With this Hermit, aka Virgo energy, it's this energy of like really just kind of like, depending on where this person is, who this person is, who this Hermit is, person it's kind of like they got to sit in the corner kind of thing, right? Where it's just like, okay, like you went too far. Go in the corner and think about what you did. Neutralize that energy, right? And so like it kind of feels like that, where it's just like, okay, all right, let me just tap out. Let me just it's like, let me just take a walk, or let me just go for a drive, or let me just, right? Now, what's coming right now as well is like, it feels like a boiling kind of sensation that I'm feeling. And so a person might start to isolate themselves to really kind of have to, you know, transmute that energy so that they can be able to be in the same space as the person. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like when it's like, yeah, it's like, it could be like sibling kind of stuff. We have here Queen of Cups, Cancer energy here. Okay. Like it also feels like, you know, the Hangman. Yeah. It's very much, and I'm laughing because I understand this energy, like in the sense of what I'm feeling. Like, it's kind of like, even like it can go in regards to siblings, right? Where it's just like, you don't necessarily hate your sibling. It's just that they pissed you off so much so that it's just like, sometimes you wish that they weren't here, right? Maybe you'll say that because you're just a meanie right now, right? But you don't really mean it, right? Like, it's just like, I don't really mean it. You just really made me upset. And then sometimes it can be difficult to want to be open about a person's like personal, like true feelings, right? Because it's like, it really can come across as childish or selfish, where it's just like, I really wanted to go to that club, or I really wanted to go to Miami, or I really wanted to have a hot girl summer or a hot boy summer, and then you wound up getting pregnant, and it's not fair. Like it's my life. Like it's kind of like that, where, and then like a person is listening, like, do you even hear yourself? Like, you're a grown behind person. Like, this is really how you acting right now. Like, and it kind of feels like that, where it's just like, you kind of know it's ridiculous, and so you just hold it in. And it's unfortunate that you're not able to, like, some people are not able to have like that space to just be able to be honest, right? And then it not be used against you, or whatever the case, or a person, because this could resonate with anybody, but it's like, it could be used against the person, or whatever the case may be. But it's like, also too, a person has to also recognize that if they're deciding to interact with other people, and there's other people involved and all that stuff like that, it's like, you can't be selfish, you know what I'm saying? And so like, it's kind of like that here with this Two of Coins here, right? Two of Swords, right? Queen of Cups. It's this energy here of like just being kind, because it's like, it's the right thing to do. Like, it's like, even with mother and kids, right? Sometimes we can, hold a bit of resentment in regards to how things, transpire when it comes down to motherhood, and it's an unexpected pregnancy, and it's like, I was doing this and I was doing that, and I was hanging out with my friends and doing all this stuff, and I thought I was going to do that. I thought I was about to do that, and then bam, I got pregnant, and then I'm a mom, and like, I can't do that. And it just kind of feels like that. And then sometimes, like, when kids can be how kids are, because they're kids, it can be a bit overwhelming emotionally. And so it's this energy here where it's just like, people can go into those dark spaces, right? But a person needs to also understand that they don't necessarily really mean that. They're just angry. They're just really angry, and they haven't necessarily gotten over the transition in their lives. And that could be what that move is as well, where it's just like, trusting that the move that takes place in a person's life, right? Like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing happens. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. And sometimes we kind of like, we lose focus of that, or we forget, or we're not aware of that. We're not taught that, because we're taught that we can be anything that we want, and we can do anything that we want, right? And so it gives this person this idea that growing up, if they're wanting to be a rapper or an artist or a writer or a philanthropist or a teacher or a congressman or a bungee jumper or whatever, they think that they can obtain that, and then life kind of throws curveballs, or life kind of like nudges the person in a different direction, and it's just like, but hang on a second, like, no, I was actually heading here. It's a disappointment, it's a shocker, it's a what the freak kind of moment, where it's just like, this is not what I wanted, this is not what I asked for, right? And so it kind of feels like that, especially also too, like when it comes down to relationships, right? Where it's just like, I wasn't supposed to be with this person. It's kind of like with the movie Knocked Up, right? With Seth Rogen. And I forgot the female protagonist, where she was like, it was supposed to be a one night stand, but they ended up getting pregnant. And then they're, in a sense, forced to have to be together, right? And to have this kid, and they're completely, totally different people, right? And so it's like, how do I accept that, right? It's kind of like that feeling as well, where it's just like, but it's like, it reminds me of the interview, and I said this before in a previous episode, where Jay-Z was talking to Kevin Hart, where he was saying like this saying that people tell God their plans and God laughs at them, or something like that, because the way that I'm interpreting for this particular reading is this energy of like, we think that we have complete and total control, right? And in a sense we do, but then we kind of get sidetracked and distracted by, things that happen in life. So maybe we never thought that we was going to be a professional bungee jumper, but we were jumping in a trampoline or whatever. And someone said, you're fearless. You should really be a bungee jumper or whatever. And then we think, this is what I want to do. Or maybe we're watching TV and then there's like a bungee jumper and then, they have a reality TV show or whatever. And they think that, like watching them is like this the best thing in the world, right? They have such an amazing life. And so we aspire to want to be like that person. And so we forget, right, what it is. We forget our purpose and we start to pursue other things, other people's lives, other people's, commands and demands. And then we get our parents. Sometimes our parents try to live vicariously through us. Like, think of the movie Gigi. No, not Gigi. Oh my goodness. What is that? With Natalie Wood. What is that? Gypsy, right? Yeah, Gypsy, where the mother had forced the kids to become, a stage performer, right? And it was just like, well, this is all that she could do. This is all that she knew. And so she had to pursue that. And then she ended up kind of like doing the burlesque kind of risque kind of performance and stuff like that. And it's just like, her mom was so disappointed. It was like, but look, this is what you created, right? And so like it kind of feels like that for a lot of things. And so we think that we know, right? But we don't necessarily really truly know until we truly know ourselves. And once we get to truly know ourselves, then we know what we want and what we don't want. What we can do, what we're capable of, and what we're not capable of in this lifetime, because we're capable, we have access and capable and we're capable of doing anything and everything, right? But it's like, when you know yourself, like there's certain attributes and traits about you that just says, this ain't my forte, right? Like, I'm not the type of person, that's not me. I know that's not me. I'm not going to work at a safari. That's just not me. And I just know it within my entire being. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if I did some kind of hypnosis or whatever, right? I start hanging out with wild animals or whatever, or, train with animals, like I could probably, unlock that side of myself. But it's like, I know in this lifetime, this ain't me, so it's like that, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just being really realistic with ourselves and understanding like, yeah, life has thrown you these set of lemonades, right? Lemons. And so it's like, be proactive in this, because everything happens for a reason. And so if it wasn't meant for you, you wouldn't be here where you're at. And so it's really just coming to terms with it and really just trying to make the best, right, of what a person can make the best of, right? Because you got it here with this 9 of coins here and this King of coins, right? Like this is good stuff, okay? So we'll take a little bit of a break and then we'll come back with the advice and spirit. All right, so let's see here. What is the advice here for water signs? So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. Okay, so we have Kundalini in the reverse. So let's see what's going on with this. Gotta look for the pages here. I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing well. The baby's keeping me up most nights. And so, that's a thing. But I'm super happy. If you've been listening to me for a long time, you guys know how I felt about like pregnancy, and then I'm having a girl, so I'm just really excited about it. So we have here Kundalini, so primordial cosmic energy and serpent power. So we're going to read the reverse because this is where you're at. So it says, within your spine lies an energy more powerful than you've ever experienced. This energy will help everything make sense, releasing disillusion and putting you on the path towards your dharma. However, the Kundalini awakening is not always easy. Sometimes shadow aspects of yourself show up, often mirrored in those around you. What is it that you need to look at deeper within yourself? How can you anchor further into your truth? Allow the ripping open of the Kundalini experience as it shatters all delusions, leaving space for the truth to unfold. Take each obstacle as a sacred lesson that can bring you closer to your highest self. Okay. Let's see. Get a crystal / gemstone card. So you guys have here fluorite, so organization, clear, and priorities. Okay, so it says here structure can provide freedom, and fluorite helps organize your life from top to bottom, heighten focus, and releasing unnecessary stress. Fluorite assists with bringing clarity into your life, lifting your mental capabilities for crystal clear intuition and empowered decision making. By taking your discernment up a notch, fluorite protects against bad influences and psychic manipulation. Fluorite both grounds and lifts your energy, connecting your body to the earth and to higher spiritual awareness at the same time. Prioritize balance. Capricorn, Pisces, and Mercury. All right, so we're going to close this off with a sacred self-care card. So we have here create art. Let's get one more. Well, let's get a few because this is a general reading. All right, so we have here abundance planning. Nice. Okay. All right, this is nice. So yeah, it's definitely getting organized and meditate. Yep. All right, so that is all that I have for you all this week. I hope I was able to help you out in any way, shape, or form. Good luck to you all on your amazing journeys. Until next time, peace.